but they were more than happy to learn how to use cult tactics and techniques and procedures and study all about human influence and how to hack human personality so that they could then go sell their skills to corporate America to use to motivate you to dedicate your labor to help them build their good cults.
One of the unwritten rules of work, and from my research study, is compliance. Being voiceless, not disagreeing, going along with the flow. You can see more details on why this is a devastating business outcome in my playlist on the unwritten rules of work. When things start getting culty, that gets even worse because in addition to not disagreeing, there's just not even thinking things through. Signs that you're in a culty organization are when you're expected and encouraged to not have a life outside of work, when there's a lot of that hype, motivational talk, but no real care for the employees and how they're doing. And when people follow the mission of the organization, not because they believe in it, but because they feel like they have to, or there will be devastating consequences and they can't disagree or try to improve anything. This is really hard for people from working class backgrounds because conflict is more directly addressed in working class cultures. But even if you're not in a cult or culty organization yet, you can have some of these devastating outcomes if you have a bunch of unwritten rules. Because a lot of people hire based on what they see as a culture fit. And some people may not realize this, but it's become like people just say it like it's not a big deal. And I've made several videos on why that's a problem. But when you only hire people who are similar to you run into this problem of the same, or not the same, but similar effects of cultiness, of everybody's the same. There's no counter ideas. People don't know how to communicate with people who aren't in that organization, who aren't doing that specific thing. So your competitors can actually get pretty far ahead of you because they're keeping in touch with the market. They know what they're doing. They're learning what other innovators are doing, and they're learning how they can do better. The previous creator is a survivor of the Children of God cult, and she talks about how she went to Harvard and people never wanted to talk about how corporate America could be culty, how that's bad. And ironically, I found this article from the Harvard Business Review on identifying corporate cultiness. And it points out that having a cult in your company endangers the company's future. It said red flags are many pep talks, slogans, special lingo, podcasts, YouTube clips, motivational team building activities, sing songs. And these are in excess, right? In excess, I would say, while they're also not doing anything to actually help you. Anytime there's a potential for people to feel excluded for how they think or feel, the organization has entered cult territory. That's what I'm talking about. When there's unwritten rules, this is rampant potential for people to feel excluded. And ultimately, that will be bad for business. The rigidity of cult behavior stifles innovation, thereby endangering the company's future. If you're a senior executive leader, you should always be on the lookout for signs that your culture has become psychologically coercive. Ask yourself, do employees believe in the company's vision because they understand and agree with it, or because that's what they're supposed to do? Does the company encourage them to have personal lives? Most importantly, does it encourage the individuality and nonconformism that drive breakthroughs? To have this, you have to not have the unwritten rule of compliance. See the playlist in my bio for more.